And it goes a little something like
My name is AMIRA binti MOHAMAD matric number A20A1678. Introduction. Statistic mean an organization, analysis and data collection. Statistic used in the industrial and social to solve the problem. Statistics is simple study of numerical data, figure management and fact. Statistics also used to convert the raw numerical data into the useful information for the relevant use. Data description record all the information from data file and their contents. Statistics divide into two types. First, descriptive statistics. Second, inferential statistics. Descriptive statistics includes mean, mode, and median, using the data that has been gathered and analyzed in this way. While inferential statistics is the procedure who are used to allow researchers to make an inference about the population based on the measurement obtained from their sample. Data description. This is a table of variable use. From this table shows use of measurement method to determine the variable. From the 7 variables, only 2 measurement methods who are used. First, nominal, and second is ratio.
My name is NURMASAYUNI ERNA binti ISMAIL. My metric number is A20A1836. As we can see, table 2 show the descriptive variables value for species, place, weight, length 1, length 2, length 3, height and weight based on the data population. This variable has been set to organize the data from the Department of Statistics Malaysia. There are 3 types of graphical presentation that are presented in this assignment, which is pie chart, bar chart, and histogram. The first one is pie chart. A pie chart is a type of graph in which circle is divided into sectors that each represent a proportion of the whole. The table and the graph shows that a species of fish, which is smelt, stingray, roach, perch, pike, and cod. The frequency of the smelt is 10, stingray 14, roach 6, perch 19, pike 9, and cod 2. The second one is bar chart. Bar chart is a chart that presents group data rectangular bars to represent the value or to show comparison among the categories. The vertical scale measures the frequency of weight, and the horizontal scale is the midpoint of the data value. To find the midpoint, we need to add lower class limit and upper class limit divided by 2. From the table and graph, we can show that the highest percentage was 53.3% in 5.9 until 170.31 class. Then it followed by 170.32 until 334.73 with 20%. The lowest percentage for weight was in 1159.84 until 1321.25 and 1485.68 until 1650 and 09 class with 1.7% with only one frequency. The last one is histogram. A histogram is the most commonly used graph to show frequency distributions. For length 2 cm, the class of 19.6 until 25.1 cm was the highest frequency with 19 frequencies and equal to 31.7%. The lowest percentage for length 2 was 1.7% in 3 class size, which is 47.6 until 53.1, 53.2 until 58.7, and 58.8 until 64.3 with only one frequency.
Assalamualaikum. My name is SITI ZAHIRAH binti Muhammad ZIYAD. My metric number is A20A1972.
For number 3, numerical description measures. First one is measures of central tendencies. For price, mean is 277.61, median 180.5, and mode 186.5. For length, mean is 24.18, median 22.1, and mode 21.1. Last one for weight, mean is 311.98, median 160.77, and mode 106.21. Next, measures of position. Quartile 1 for price is 68.32, weight 82.47, and length 15.84. For quartile 3, price is 400.27, weight 416.45, and length 28.79. And the last one is interquartile range, which is for price 331.95, weight 333.98, and length 12.95. This one is measures of variation. For price, the range is 990.49, variance 7777.72422, and standard deviation 278.8868. For weight, the range is 1644.19, variance is 119102.0542, and standard deviation is 345.1117. Last one is length. The range is 51.59, variance is 128.0436, and standard deviation is 11.3156.
Hi, my name is NURUL BINTI ZURHAINI and my metric number is A20A1900. So I will present about the graphical representation. Look at the figure. The bar chart illustrates the number of price. The bar chart shows a random distribution, which is a type of distribution that lacks an apparent pattern. In figure, the graph shows that the horizontal scale use the data of price value, while the vertical scale measure the frequency of the data. The highest frequency is 23, with the price data is 3.58, 102.62, and the lowest frequency is 1 from price 795.88, 895.02. After that, look at the frequency histogram of price. The histogram bar shows the midpoint 53.1 state the highest frequency in price category, and the lower midpoint frequency is 1 in price 845.5. Next, move to the week. The bar chart illustrates the number of weeks. The highest frequency is 32 with 5.9, 170.31 class, and the lowest frequency is 1 with 1156.84, 1321.25, and 1321.26, 1650.09 classes. Next, frequency histogram of week. The histogram shows the midpoint 88.1 state the highest frequency in week category. Next, midpoint 1239.15, and midpoint 1567.89 state the lowest frequency, which is 1. For the lastly, about the length, the histogram bar show the midpoint 20.40 state the highest frequency, which is 18, while 3 last midpoint 46.2, 51.36, and 56.5 state the lowest frequency, which is 1. Frequency polygon of length. The polygon bar show the midpoint 20.40 state the higher frequency in week category. Next, midpoint 46.2, 51.36, and midpoint 56.5 state the lowest frequency, which is 1. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Munirah Rameli. My metric number is A20A1877. So I'm going to present about statistical analysis using software. 5.1 Numerical descriptive measure. Measure of central tendency. The data of mean, median, mode show the different result because of the SPSS cannot read the data accurately. From SPSS, we cannot sure if the data was accurate because it might be an error to the data. So using the manual calculation might be more accurate and correctly. Measure of variance. The same things happen to standard deviation and variance. It show the different result because of the error of system SPSS to analyze the data separately, which is the data class interval is too large. Number 3, measure of position. The result SPSS for data for quartiles and range is not the same as manual. Using the manual calculation, we could see the large difference of the number, and using SPSS does not make the data was correct. 5.2 Hypothesis testing. From one sample test table, it states the T, the F, mean difference, and the confidence interval of the difference of lower and for upper. There are 3 categories in that table, which is price, week, and range 1. The DF for all the categories remain unchanged at 59. Number 2 is ANOVA table. ANOVA is a statically method that separates observed variance data into different components to use for additional tests. For a descriptive table, there are 3 categories, which is price, week, and range 1 has been stated. The total of n for all the categories remain unchanged at 60. Standard deviation, total of means, total of standard error, total of confidence interval of the difference for lower and upper bound has been stated with the answer for 3 categories. 5.3 Correlation analysis. Based on the table data descriptive, statistics shows that the value of n for all categories like price, week, and range 1 is 60. The standard deviation for price is 2.82, week is 2.099, and for range 1 is 2.19, and means for table descriptive statistic for price is 3.67, and the equal with week, while mean for range is 3.733. The week of R between price and week is 0.970, and the R value for price and range is 0.898. 5.4 Confidence interval. The mean for price group is 3.2667, the upper point is 3.9940, and the lower bound is 2.5393, while the difference between upper and lower is 1.4574. Beside that, the standard deviation of price is 2.81561, and the median is 2. The same goes to week and range 1. It also have their own measure for the calculation. Based on the table, the value of n, range, minimum, and maximum of statistic for all categories remain unchanged. As we can see, the variance statistic for price is 0.928, while standard error for means is 0.36349. Next, the variance statistic for week is 4.406, while standard error for mean is 0.271. Besides that, the variance statistic for range 1 is 4.809, while standard error for means is 0.28311.
Prediction modeling. Theoretical modeling. A scatter plot metric is a grade of scatter plot used to visual bivariate relationship between combination of variable. Each scatter plot in the metric visual the relationship between a pair of variable, allowing many relationships to be explored in one chart. This figure shows the associate between price, weight, and length. Multiply linear regression analysis. This is the equation for multiply linear. Y hat means depends variable, B0 intercept, B1 is companion corresponding to xi. Xi is companion corresponding from total set of P variable. This model is called as raw score model. Multiply regression raw score model is an expansion of the raw score for sample linear regression. From this table, we could find the value for the model, so we plot in the graph. This is the graph we plot from the data put in the table. Correlation. Correlation means associate. It's measure of the extent to which two variables are related. There are 3 possible results of the correlation study. First, positive correlation. Second, negative correlation. And third, non-correlation. We could be said that the thing this is a positive correlation. This is because the positive correlation is a relationship between two variables in which both variables move in the same direction. Model summary. The model summary table reports the strength of the relationship between the model and the dependent variable. The R-square value is 0.957, which means 95.7% of the variance in the cell can be explained by price, weight, and length. The adjusted R-square is 95.5%. Adjusted R-square is the corrected R-square statistic that penalizes model with large number of parameters. ANOVA. ANOVA is analysis tool used in the statistics that build and observe aggregate variability found inside the data set into 2 parts, systematic factor and random factor. While compensation refer a number or quantity placed with a variable. It is usually an integer that is multiplied by the variable and written next to it. The variable which do not have a number with them are assumed to be having 1 as a coefficient. Conclusion. In conclusion, several approaches are used to measure population data by price, weight, and length, such as data agreement, graphic representation, measurement of central orientation, measurement of variance, and measurement of location. Frequency distribution is used to determine the number class interval or width, and class limit. There are 3 types of graphic we use for visual presentation, namely bar chart, pie chart, and histogram.